Hey y'all, welcome to Crafted Cakes and Desserts.
In this video, I will show you how I made this TikTok cake. Y'all know children love TikTok and grown folks too. So I'm starting out with some pink fondant and I added Tylose powder to it. You can get that Tylose powder from Amazon, and all it does is make the fondant firm quicker. Or you can use gum paste, but it's just easier to just add some Tylose in it because that gum paste can be a little more expensive. So I'm just rolling out my pink fondant. It's not thin. I really don't know how thick it is. We're making the headphones. I really don't know how thick that is, to be honest. I just rolled it out to a thickness that I think would be good. And I just placed my little template that I made on top to just make sure that I rolled it out long enough. And I added a little shortening to the fondant just so the template won't move around when I start cutting it out. Okay, now it's time to do the same thing for the black fondant. And I did roll this probably half of the thickness I rolled the pink. You just want it to be thinner than your pink layer. So I just got this same template and I cut my black fondant out with the same template. Okay, now it's time to glue your black fondant on top of your pink, and you can do that by just brushing on some piping gel just to make sure it sticks. All right, now roll out your blue fondant, and I roll this out, I think the same thickness as my black. And if I had a circle cutter, I would have used that. well, a circle cutter that's this size, I would have used that. So I had to cut out my circles. But if you have a circle cutter the same size you need, it makes it so much easier. Just do that. And get a piping tip and punch a hole right in the center. This is a good time to go ahead and subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed already, click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload another video. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Crafted Cakes and Desserts. Alright, now take that same pink fondant and roll it out to about, I think this probably about an inch, because this is the cushion part of the headphones. And the best way to do this is have a circle cutter and place some saran wrap on top and then cut it out. It gives it more of a beveled look. But like I said, since I don't have a circle cutter this size, I just did the best I could. And also make sure you can use your piping tip to cut a hole in that one too. Now my daughter was talking about me when I started putting like the indents on the side. She said, "What's that, Mom? That look like a pineapple." And it really does look like a pineapple, a pink pineapple when you look at it. But if you make it more bevel, it won't look like a pineapple. It won't look so flat. So just take whatever you have to just make some indents on the side. Take your piping gel and just glue that on top of your blue circle. Roll out some black fondant really thin and cut out those circles using your piping tip and glue that on the back of your headphones. Once you finish putting all your components on your headphone, just set it up and put something in between it. I used my cornstarch jar container and put it in the middle so it won't sag or droop over or anything. But You do that so it can get stiff in that position. So I just cut out, I didn't show y'all how I cut out the TikTok symbol because all I did was just printed out a template offline and cut around the template like I do with a lot of stuff. Because like I told y'all before, I'm not good at freehanding. So that's what I do. I make a lot of templates. And I made a blue one, pink one, and a black one. And just positioned them to where I thought it was cute. And you see enough colors. All right, now it's time to stack our cakes like I always do. Since this is a buttercream cake, I make sure I put on gloves so I'm not actually touching the cake to position it because I've touched it a lot to move it around and make sure it's centered. And I've never showed y'all how I stack my cakes. You always want to have straws or some type of wooden dowels because that top cake can be too heavy and squish or smash the bottom cake. So I always put straws. Well, these are regular drinking straws because I couldn't find any of the milkshake straws, but I put just as many straws as there is the cake above it, if that makes sense. So since I am stacking a 6-inch cake on top of an 8-inch cake, I used 6 straws. Now, if it was bubble tea straws or milkshake straws, then I probably would only use 4 because they're kind of thick. But since these are regular drinking straws, I use more. And you see, you want to make sure your straws are the same height as your cake. So that way you won't have too much of a gap and you won't have the cake sitting on top of the cake below it too much if you cut it too short. So now I just stack my top cake on and I'm just making sure it's centered before I do any decorations. All I did here was just put a border at the bottom of the cake. Okay, I'm starting with my blue buttercream. Yes, this is buttercream that I'm using. It's blue, hot pink, and purple. And I have a makeup brush. And I'm just dabbing it in the buttercream and patting it on the cake. No, I don't know how to do makeup, so I really can't explain to you other than just dabbing the cake to get this like bristle type design, I guess. But you would do that for the top and bottom of the cake. Also, with these bristles, make sure if they do come off, you get it off the cake. That's why you want to try to get a good brush. And I did that for the blue, the hot pink, and the purple. I did the same exact thing. And I also dabbed my cake board. Now, I do have a tutorial if you don't know how to cover a cake board in fondant. I will link that video in the description box below. So now I am just taking a toothpick and kind of just marking how I want my design and how wide each color will be, just to give me just a little reference on how wide and how wide and stuff I want it. So it's up to you how you want to do it. You can do multiple colors if you want to. And you can have it in a different shape also. But this how I said I wanted to do mine. All right, you see I followed that pattern I drew on the cake. All I did was get some more of that blue buttercream and painted it on the cake, and then I dabbed it just to give it like a little texture. So I do the same thing for the purple and for the hot pink. You see I'm just acting like I'm just painting it on the cake with the brush. Now to blend those colors together, I used a pastry brush. You can get those out of Walmart. They look like a regular paintbrush, but I just used a paintbrush. A pastry brush to just blend all those colors together so it won't look so chopped up. Now it's just time to add all the components to the cake. I added the TikTok logo, the 15 because she turned 15, my happy birthday, and I also glued a black ribbon at the bottom and placed the headphones at the top, and there you go, a TikTok cake. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and comment in the comment section. Also, subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all.